Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me again today. On my agenda is drakon renderer today. We're going back to my drakon renderer project to work on this issue. What I discovered during our last session, I believe it was this diagram is not correct, and I'm explaining why now. This is a silhouette diagram, and in this silhouette diagram, there isn't really any need for this address block here. In the last skewer of a silhouette diagram, we should just go to the end and finish the execution. So I did a little bit of experimentation locally off camera, and I simply removed the address from this collection of skewer blocks. We see we have a headline in the last skewer, but we don't have an address. And sure enough, the address disappears, but so does the skewer, or the connection from this action to the end block. So my plan for today is to figure out why that is, and if we have the time and patience and the skill to fix it. So I hope you have your drink of choice ready. I have hot coffee in my hand, and I'm ready to start coding. Maybe let's just change the theme to something lighter today. Okay, and let's get started. I think this code rendering let me refresh my memory. I think it must be here somewhere. Connection X, last block depth, pre1. Let's see if it's as simple as just that. There we go. Okay, so we rendered something. No, that's not correct. We're back to where we started. Okay, let's trace it back to the beginning. Drakon diagram render. This is where we want to start. And here we should have the collection of all skewers. Render single skewer. Where do we use the address depth? Let's just quickly print it just to make sure. I have the right number. Minus 17, okay. Sorry. So this does look correct. Render single skewer. To do. I don't think that it belongs here, but anxious to remove it yet. Okay. What is this? Oh, it's that thing. Let's see how it behaves in other skewers. Just a minus. I don't think this is necessary, but we'll see. Yes, it is not necessary. what is this connection? Here. Okay, got it. So this is correct. Rendered skewer blocks. So we end up again in render icons, which is here. And we yet again end up here. So we iterate through skewer blocks. Let's go back here to check if we have address depth. Okay. Let's try to add that address depth to render icons. This is a double. So if it's an address, last block depth. Let's do a quick experiment. That wouldn't be here. Let's just try to append something to it. let's do 10.5 to make sure we are not overlapping with anything. Post 1 we don't have, but it doesn't matter, it can be 0. And instead of post 2, let's use address depth. There we go. No? Of course. This goes like that. Oh. It overlaps with this, so it's difficult to say where it ends. So let's do this, and now we will know. Okay, so technically this is where the address should start. Let's just do a little trick here. Just to make sure that this is the point where the address starts. And refresh. Oh, address starts here. So these lines look parallel. Also, this is not where the address starts. But I would like to believe, oh yeah, this is 1 unit of a height. So if the address was just a flat rectangle, the distance between this end of this line and this point would be the same as distance from this point to this point. Okay, so that gives me hope. We can start reasoning about this. So let's maybe not worry about this minus 0, 1. Let's ignore this. I wonder if this works. Looks like it's gonna. All right. So we're definitely getting somewhere. The 0 here is incorrect, so we'll have to use post y2. But now we're already working with a lot of information. So let's do this. Yeah. We don't need this. It should work unchanged. Yep. So now we have access to the second element of the returned pair. Which is the post y2. And what do we have here? Okay, so the order of points is not really great. need to change their positions because we're rendering top to bottom. It shouldn't really change much. Except this line will just be skewed to the right, up at its bottom. Okay, what's going on here? Okay. Just to make sure it's applied here. It doesn't look like it is, which worries me. Oh. No, that is incorrect. All right. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure why I did that. Oh, the order in this is done correctly. The ordering in these ones is not. Just in case. Oh, I understand what's happening. Address depth, if there is an address, is here, while the second argument, the second element of a tuple is below it. But if the address is missing, the second element of a tuple is here, and the address depth is lower. So we can apply a very simple logic that says connection if for missing address. that all makes sense now. There it is. If the second is lower than address depth, then we deal with this scenario. So we don't need that connection. But otherwise, we need that connection. And it would be let's leave this +1. Address depth plus not plus minus, because we're here in negative space. So what I'm expecting to see now is these three disappearing and this shifted to the right and elongated at the bottom. Oh. That should be more correct. We don't need this. Okay. So now we don't need that +1.1. And we've just fixed the issue. So the last address block is removed and the connection is rendered. Okay. Oh, so now we need to replace the existing silhouette diagram with this new thing. And remove this guy. You know what? Let's do it properly. This is issue 161. Nice. And I'll PR this a bit later. For now, though, that is fine. For now, though, I would like to investigate some of my older code that is responsible for parsing. Here I had a very simple parser let's see where that parse was. So this is the input, and then we parse. So one of the thoughts I had was instead of using like a parser generator like happy, you probably remember this article. Second part. So here, this very nice article, by the way. The article recommends to use happy for parsing, but I thought, I already have this collection of tokens. How about I just reuse this code for parsing? I wonder if this would work. Yeah, we have connected skewer blocks. I would be tempted to bring that lexer we generated with Alex here. Let's see what happens. That way we wouldn't have to use happy. Because it's all good and fair, but maybe this just introduces too much complexity. Let me think about this before the next session. And for now, I think we've done a pretty good job today. So thank you all very much for your attention, and have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.